Yo, what up? It's your boy Jonathan Belcher coming to you live, chilling in my home office. Right now you just see the blank, wall, but I'm about to put up a nice backdrop. There's gonna be a backdrop soon. Some crazy painting on it or something. I don't know. Send in some ideas. Drop some comments if you know of any websites where I can get some crazy nice wall art or something like that. Cause I'm gonna throw something on there. But before we talk about what I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to be talking about my story, some of the good, the bad, the ugly, why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm on a mission to help you, why I'm on a mission to serve you, and why we can work together, and as well as I just want to talk on just give you value, give you information that can give you life. I'm one of those people who I firmly believe if I don't have nothing nice to say, I won't say it at all. You know what I'm saying? I won't say it at all. Unless it's like one of those people who be commenting on my YouTube channels and they want to have a bash fest and they want to, get witty and use their articulate words and stuff to argue with me. That's cool. I'm always up for a debate. But other than that, there's never no malice behind what I say on these YouTube videos. It's really to help somebody out there. I don't know who's out there who may be experiencing what I used to experience and stuff like that. So this video is going to be a little more personal than normal. A little more personal than normal. So before we get into that though, let's start with our daily affirmation. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. And I am loved. Let's say it one more time. One more again, like I'm from the South, but I'm not from the South. I'm from New York, right? I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. And if you hear some background noise, just please tune that background noise out or listen to it and cause it to make you to pay more attention to what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take you back. Let's go back some years. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back some years when I was in college, a college student. Just like most college students, I was broke, kind of trying to find my way. Initially, I really got into college to eventually go into med school, but what happened was, I went to Queens College and they didn't even have a pre-med program, a pre-med major. They had just a pre-med program. So I ended up majoring in psychology and I also was a part of the pre-med program. So it was like I was in a double major. But all in all, while that was happening, I was really discovering what I wanted for me. You know what I mean? Because when I know, when we're kids, when we're younger, we hear prestigious jobs and we see lawyers, we see doctors, we see the policeman, we see the mailman, we see the nurse. And as kids, in our minds, that's the possibility, that's prestigious to us. Like that's the position I want, something like that. So that's how I was as a kid. I was telling my parents, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. I didn't know what kind of doctor at first or nothing like that. But at some point or another, I started to question a lot of things about society, question a lot of things about why I was doing what I was doing it. Was it to really benefit me or was I really doing it to benefit somebody else? And then when I went away to Maryland University for 2 weeks, right when I got out of high school, and that experience kind of let me know that being a doctor wasn't for me because I was literally in a room with dead bodies, real dead bodies there, and I would get this queasy feeling. I couldn't even participate with the class because I had to stand far from everybody else in the class because I couldn't deal with just the smell and the body and the blood and all that stuff. And no matter how much I got exposed to it, I just couldn't get used to it. I would always get that queasy feeling with blood and stuff like that. So then I started to realize, there's so much talent, that I have within myself. And I think that's one of the biggest things I challenge you to do is to find your gift, find your purpose, find your talent. It may not be something that you thought it was. Be open to the idea that it's maybe something that maybe somebody else thought you were great at, and you didn't even think it was such a great talent you had or great hobby or gift. So here I am as this college student going through college. So, I have this business mind because my dad was in business. He's always been a businessman. So a lot of his business principles and teachings he taught me. Having to do with real estate and stuff like that. But, I kind of got into the internet game, I kind of started doing research and, this is really before internet making money online really, really started booming. Some people were making money online for a lot of years, but I know for me and many people in my community, it took us a long time to kind of catch on to the fact that, of that there's real opportunity online. You can really make a substantial income, as a YouTuber, as an affiliate marketer. You can, network marketer, whatever, entrepreneur. So I knew that there were possibilities because we have, the information age. We have the computer. We have YouTube. We have all of these great social media sites and platforms to get our vision out there, our business out there, and stuff like that. So I knew that. So, but all in all, while all this is going on, just a typical kid, I had my girlfriend at the time or whatever, and then, I went from one network marketing company to the next network marketing company. Then I finally come across Empower Network, a company that came and went, had good success with that company. And then what happened was, ended up going through a depression after that time. Because at the time, I was in a relationship, in a long distance relationship at the time. And I won't say no names, just out of respect for her family, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I won't say no names, but at the end of the day, I was in a relationship and I had this business and I'm starting to make all this money online. I'm traveling, I'm going to events, putting together networks, putting together teams, shooting the videos, shooting training videos, doing a lot of moving around, but literally able, just passive income stuff. So I'm touching the most money I've ever made in my life at this time. This is after the security job, all of that stuff, after all of that, right? So I'm moving around. So I'm in this relationship. And to be honest with you, this was a girl that I really, really cared for. It wasn't like it was just like, oh, whatever. Like, it wasn't like I didn't care about her or anything. Like, although it was a long distance relationship, the impact was as if it wasn't a long distance relationship, at least for me. You know what I mean? I like to speak for me when it comes to me speaking about the past, especially when it has to do with another person or individual. So make a long story short, next thing you know, things are going great, things are going good. And everything I've learned up until that point, I learned from Empower Network. I never made any money before that online. I was like the new kid on the block. I was just like immersed into this new internet world, figuring it out and getting better and learning things. But at the end of the day, I'm an affiliate of a certain company. Now, unfortunately, the company goes out of business. So now I got to scramble to figure out what I'm going to do as this new young entrepreneur making some type of money, figure out what I'm going to do to create a new lane, a new avenue for myself to create some type of income. And also, not only, it really wasn't about creating much income for myself this time. It became about how can I give value and help other people. That's what became the focus once that company tanked and my income went down with it. So I was pissed off. You know what I mean? I'm pissed off and I'm trying to get it back. Try to jump into another company real quick with some of my partners. That was a nightmare. It didn't even go good. That I'm not even gonna mention that company name. But all in all, I still can't take for granted the skill sets that I learned from those experiences. Because up to this day, I'm making money off things that I learned 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So earning passive income through YouTube channel, through my YouTube videos, through Facebook and through Instagram and stuff like that. So I don't take none of it for granted. But I did hit like a really rock bottom crazy time in my life where I didn't know why I was doing what I was doing anymore. And I almost lost hope. I almost gave up, because then what happened was I ended up breaking up with my girlfriend at the time. And that was hurtful, very hurtful, because a lot of the things I was doing, I thought I was building it for something she would be a part of. You know what I mean? And my naive ass at the time thinking that, yeah, that's what I was doing. That was one of my biggest whys at the time she was my motivation in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Not all of my motivation, but a very high level of my motivation. So when the income started to decline and things started to get rocky in a relationship, I couldn't spend time with her as much as I wanted to and see her as much as I wanted to. So we went our separate ways. So now after this, I'm just in a depressive state because I'm like, damn, I got to figure something out. You know what I mean? I got to do what I got to do. So now I just go into I just immerse myself into like personal development. I immerse myself into spirituality. I immerse myself into, just thinking of what may be something other people out there in the world may be struggling with. How can I overcome my personal struggle and then help other people in the world who may be dealing with that same struggle right now? So that's what it became for me. It became a real big purpose for me after a while. And I started to realize that YouTube videos are a very therapeutic tool as well as a great way to connect with other people, build rapport. So YouTube became like my avenue of expressing myself, and just, I said, you know what? I'm gonna just be giving people value. I'm gonna give people the game. I'm gonna give people as much knowledge and game as possible. Because I don't know, because when you give value, of course you're gonna receive something back, because that's how karma works, right? You give and you receive. Whatever you give, you're gonna get. That's how it works. You give, you get. That's just a universal law. Whatever you put out there, it's gonna come back to you. You plant the seed today, you're gonna have a nice, beautiful flower in a couple months or whatever. But so I'm in a depressive state, and then I'm just really analyzing society, and I'm like, you know what? Entrepreneurship is for me. This is where I hang my hat. This is where my purpose is. How much people I've impacted in so many different ways, I can't even count. And that's really the true riches in this. That's really the true glory in this. Money is great, but the success stories that I can create, the people who I can impact, who I can help in their business, the people who I can help take their YouTube from nothing to something, take their income from nothing to earning passive income every single week, doing what you love to do. So, just looking at that time, I was stressed out, because it's just like, I was just like, damn, because look at the average person, right? What does the average person kind of do? The average person kind of is just like, we're told to go to school, get a good job, get a degree and get a good job, but nobody ever talks about credit. And nobody ever really talks about debt. The whole time you're in school learning all of these crazy random ass facts, you go into social studies class and you go into math and chemistry, which is all good to learn that stuff. You learn about George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and the Pythagorean theorem and sedentary rocks and all this, I hate to say it, but bullshit that really isn't going to be useful to you as you embark on your journey in life. And that was one of the main things I realized, the difference between me going to school and me getting mentors and actually investing to learn how to run business, was that one piece of the knowledge I can actually apply to my real actual life to see real benefits and results. And in school, I saw it as a whole bunch of random facts that I've accumulated over the years, just so I could say, yes, I'm smart. Give me the piece of paper degree, and then now you can pay me what I'm worth. But nobody ever talks about self-love, through that whole time you're in school. Nobody ever talks about the power of belief in yourself. Nobody ever talks about, law of attraction. Nobody ever talks about how to sell and how to build a network. Nobody ever talks about having a vision and imagining what you want, because the real riches, and I might be going off in a tangent right now, right? Let me get a drink, a little sip of something. The real riches always come from inside of us. The real riches always come from inside of you. That's where your real riches come from. It comes from within out. So if everything's going on in your mind and your spirit is in harmony and it's in a positive direction for what you want, you're going to get positive results in your life at some point or another. Things are going to go the way that you want them. I'm telling you right now, if the things you speak, the things you think, and the things you do are in harmony, meaning that, like, when you got people out there who say, oh man, I want to make $30,000 a month. And they're thinking thoughts of a $2,000 a month earner, right? And they're doing things that a broke person would do, like not investing in themselves, not getting any training courses, not going to any events, not learning from mentors, right? They're doing all the broke actions, but yet they want $30,000. Well, the things they're doing and the things they're thinking is not in harmony with what they're speaking. So therefore, the likelihood of that person making $30,000 a month is very, very slim to none. So the true riches that we have is our ideas, our creative power, because you can't run out of ideas. And as long as you're using your imagination to see what you want to see and see what you want to manifest in your life, that's the true riches. The possibilities for you are truly endless. But my problem with the systems of, like, school and corporate America and just get a good job thing is, it's cool, but here's the thing. I know a lot of people with a good job who still feel stuck. Because although they're making money, it's not feeding them in a purposeful way. They don't really feel fulfilled. They're literally just getting the money. All right, let me pay this bill off. Let me pay for my family. Yeah, you might feel great to pay for your family and make sure your family is full. But after that, as the human nature, we want to grow. We want to explore our spirituality. We want to connect with nature. We want to travel. We want to do things that really, really make us feel alive. And just doing the same exact thing every single day to make a quick buck, personally to me, is just not enough. You know, it doesn't give enough color to life to me. So I'm looking for people who are ambitious. I'm looking for people who want to change. I'm looking for people who have that entrepreneur mindset and that spirit. I'm looking for people who may have been doubted. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're that person who has been doubted. You've been shitted on. You've been criticized. People have talked about you. And you know there's a gift inside of you, but you may not have the right avenue or the right tools or strategies to get your business off the ground and start making the money you want to make. So let me go back a little bit, right? So now I get, I break up and I'm in this depressive state, torn between, should I do something to get her back? Should I just relax? But at the same time, I don't have the means. I gotta focus on business because things hit rock bottom as far as the business I was making money with. So, I had to muscle up something real quick. So a lot of that came from just, a lot of me having the mental state to where I wanted to create more. I wanted to create something that was, how can I put it? Had nothing to do with a 9-to-5 job, something that I can create and help other people create with me. I wanted to find a way to make money off of something I created, So, but one thing that I realized that many people don't realize is that there's a lot of things we don't talk about. We don't talk about why we don't talk about self-love, why we don't talk about belief, why we don't talk about credit in school, why we don't talk about health and like we don't talk about the things that are really gonna matter later on in our life. And as we get older as adults, like for example, you see what's going on with this pandemic, coronavirus. Everybody's scared. Everybody's fearful. Everybody is in chaotic reason. And some of that I see for good reason why that's happening. But realize that this type of stuff, the reason why the masses can be so fearful and controlled by media is because the hearts and the minds of the people aren't right. You say, what do I mean by that? Well, I don't know if you've ever heard of the placebo effect, but the placebo effect is basically that you give somebody a sugar pill if they mentally believe that sugar pill is going to fix their problem or get rid of their pain. The pill, you know what I mean, can actually do that, can actually get rid of their pain because they mentally believe. So kind of when I look at media now and I look at this whole, push about the coronavirus and all these people dying and whatever, it's like a consciousness of loss. It's a consciousness of fear. It's a consciousness of grief. It's a consciousness of mourning in the air. You get what I'm saying? And if that consciousness was different, I do believe people will recover a lot faster. Not only recover a lot faster, I do believe a lot of people will be less susceptible to catching the disease off of sheer belief and faith. Whether or not you believe that faith and belief can heal you or help you heal, or that's, up to you to research and look for yourself. But I'm just saying all the reasons why the time is now to do something that will pay you forever. Because I know many people who got a good job. But here's the thing, they got a good job. Now they got a car note, right? Then they went and got an apartment, right? Then they got taxes, they got bills, all these bills. And now they realize at some point or another, after they get all these things, they realize they're in a trapped financial situation. Meaning that they're just making enough to cover the bills, but they don't have any extra money to really build up on savings, to really start a business. You know what I'm saying? And personally, to me, I think business should be more mandatory. Everybody has a gift. Everybody has a talent. You know what I mean? Think of some talents you might have. Think of some gifts you might have that people are told you you're good at, but you probably wouldn't take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? So I really believe that, most people go on a job, they're getting that paycheck every single week. But what's happening? You're getting that paycheck. Let's say, all right, you're making $1,000 a week. Let's just say, for example, right? $1,000 a week, whatever it is. But now you're gonna buy more things. You're gonna expend. You're gonna buy things, or probably your living expenses are gonna go up. So that $1,000 a week that used to look like a lot of money to you, it no longer is a lot of money to you. And you realize that as time goes on and the value of the dollar is decreasing more and more over time. So really, the amount of money that we thought we were making, we're not even making nowhere near as much as that, because of the simple fact that the value of the dollar is much lower. So realize that this changes that's happening is continuing and continuing. To me, I predict a major crash coming, a major economic crash coming, and people aren't prepared for it. That's just the fact of the situation. They're not prepared spiritually. Damn sure not spiritually. You look at the coronavirus, how this shook up the world. People damn sure are not prepared spiritually for what's going on. They're damn sure not prepared mentally. And good thing the essential workers are still working, but there's a lot of people who's not even prepared financially because they lost their jobs. Now they're on unemployment because of all of this stuff going on now. So my question to you is, what do you expect to happen moving forward, and what are you planning on doing to carve out your lane of escape from all of this bullshit going on? That's my question to you. What are you working on? What are you investing in on the side? What business are you investing in? What mentorship, what training products are you investing in? Are you investing into your skill sets? Are you investing into your mindset? Are you investing into making you as much as a warrior or a queen, a superwoman as much as possible? Because what's coming, you haven't seen anything yet. This is nothing compared to what's coming. And if we don't change our hearts and our minds, things are only gonna get worse. Things are only gonna get worse. And I don't want to be a bearer of bad news. You know, I'm always the guy always talking positivity. I'm always talking motivation. And as much as that stuff is important, we still have to face the reality of what's happening. And the systems, the way that the systems and institutions are working, I don't think that it's not going to last forever. You know what I mean? And I think anybody with a little common sense can see it, where things are heading, where things are going. Every 10 years or 7 to 10 years, there's a big thing that happens, either a pandemic, a terrorist attack. Something crazy always happens, if you've been noticing, that affects the world and changes things moving forward in society. And I think that one of the best ways for us to get out of this situation is to realize our power and realize that we have a voice. Realize that we have a voice and we can bring awareness to certain things going on. You know what I'm saying? We could bring awareness to certain things going on. So what I do, my part in all of this thing, I'm looking for people I can work with. That's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more people I can work with who think like me, who think similar, who want to earn passive income, who want to maybe go down YouTube and share their message, who never knew they had a gift. I'm looking for those types of people out there. That's what I'm looking for. And life is funny because if I didn't go through such a depressive state after the business tanked at first, and I broke up with my girl, if I wasn't in such a depressive state, I would have never looked into the books that I read. I would have never watched the YouTube videos I watched. I would have never, got closer spiritually to God. None of that stuff probably would have happened if I didn't hit that negative situation. So in every negative situation, realize that there's light on the other side. There may be dark, but from the dark, there can be light that's created. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like night and day. That day is day because dark is different. You know that. You see the disparity and the difference. So you need disparity and you need contrast in life. That's another thing. Don't always think that, I'm in a depressive situation or I'm in a bad situation. It's just time for me to cry and crumble and ball up into a corner and give up. No. Negative situations and problematic situations, stressful situations you may be experiencing in your life are opportunities to get you to realize something. You say, realize what, John? Realize anything, your power, realize your vision, realize your talent, realize your gift, realize something that you probably should have been realized years and years ago. In the world, life has been trying to show you something, but life slaps you, and then now you're finally making a new decision to change your life and to embark on that journey you've wanted to embark on. You know what I'm saying? So, aside from all of that stuff, like I was saying, most people, they just want to go to school, get a good job, and that's really it, for the most part. I recommend having a business because there's nothing better than having a job and having a business bring you some good income, so that extra income to the point where you could put just money into savings and you don't got to touch it, or just have literally an account just for travel and don't got to touch it, or literally an account just for investments, don't got to touch it. That's the type of stuff I like building on, multiple streams, multiple things, brewing at one time, building, you may have one thing the reason why, the reason why, and I'm about to be done in about a minute, right? I'm be done in 1 minute. This is more of a longer video than normal. But the reason why having multiple streams of income is so important is because when one stove isn't hot, when one pot on the stove isn't hot, it gets cooler. There's another pot on the stove getting hot. You know what I mean? And you got multiple things jumping for you. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of multiple streams of income. So when one thing dies down, another thing is pumping up. When that thing dies down a little bit, the other thing is pumping up. So, you move in that way. And you want to be the entrepreneur, you want to be a millionaire, You think like an entrepreneur, you think like a millionaire. You move like an entrepreneur, you move like a millionaire. You become what you want to be now. Why wait till tomorrow? You know? So the reason why I'm on the mission, why I'm on the mission that I'm on, is because I'm concerned about what's going to happen in the world over the 10, 20, 15 years. I'm concerned about where things are going. Financially, mostly spiritually, and on a conscious level. I'm more so concerned than anything else. Money is cool, but when you give a whole lot of money to people who have no morals or integrity, and you give a whole lot of money to people who, you know, may be destructive in certain ways, that's not a good thing either. So we got to make sure that money goes in the right hands of the right people. You know what I'm saying? So that the kids coming into the world, future generations, can be in a better place, in a good world. You know, at least that's my vision, to help the world become a better place, and at the same time teach people how to make money as their own boss. You know, like, so that's what it's about for me. So YouTube is very powerful. Don't underestimate the power of YouTube. Don't underestimate the power of you being able to create something that you can make money off. Or even if you don't have nothing, it's fine. Even if you just have a business idea and you don't have a YouTube channel yet, hit me up. Reach out to me. You know what I mean? I'm going to put my email in the description below. I'll put my email address. I don't have my Facebook link in there because my Facebook was disabled. And I'll talk about that later another time. But my Facebook was disabled. So I just have my Gmail in there, as well as the link to other stuff. I'm going to just say other stuff if you want to check that out and if you're open for that. But without any further ado, this is your boy Jonathan Belcher. There'll probably be a part 2 to this video. I just want to break out a little more specific details about what's been going on with me and the vision. So the vision, you know, the vision is a powerful vision. It's a powerful, powerful vision where each one teaches one. We come together like a network, like a web, if you will, helping one another build up spiritually, mentally, and as well as a result, after spiritually and mentally, you can always make money. If you're spiritually and mentally right, you can always make money. You can always get your finances right if you're clear on where you're going and you're focused. Clear, focus, clear, focus, clear, focus on the prize. As Jonathan Belcher, peace.